So this process of being free on the potty business can only happen after he's found his spot. Okay. Now take him up and down on the grass. Walk him up and down. Okay, now one of the things that really makes it difficult for him to feel that he's not in control is your hand grip. Okay, so I'm going to set the leash for you. Put your right thumb through here. Okay, cover your fingers in the leash. Cover your fingers over all of the leash. Okay, now lift right there. Okay, and your hands together, just like this. And then push your hands down so that your elbows are straight. Okay, now turn around, spin to the right, and walk down towards that direction. Walk towards the other tree. When you get to the fence, turn around again. Don't let your left hand slide down. Track of where he did his business. Okay, stop right here. Okay, I'm going to let you lengthen the leash about 3 inches. Let's see how you measure 3 inches. Make sure your elbows are relaxed. Okay, so he's got a little more leash, so any pulling that he does is going to be his own fault. Stop walking. Now, I'm keeping you with your hands down because that's the straightest that you can pull on the leash when you're walking him. Okay, go a little faster. Okay, that speed will allow you to retain your leadership.
Okay.
You turn around again. Okay, he's really interested in that direction, but no, keep walking.
Sorry. I was shiny, you know. I've been interested in that direction.
Okay, after you turn around, come on back in the shade. Okay, and just stop right there. Okay, and then just stay where you are. You know, he has this way of leaning into the leash. I want him to be able to relax. It's okay to just stand still and not allow him more freedom. By that I mean you don't have to let the leash go longer. Okay, and then he's going to start to relax and not be so pulled. Okay, but keep your grip. Don't let your grip lose its position on the leash. Okay, let me take the leash again.
I just look at this again.
So once we've gone through this exercise, you'll see that he starts to relax. Okay, he's not pulling so much anymore because you just took him back and forth and you establish your dominance, your leadership. And so now we can start to do the sit and down exercises. Okay, this is to get him more into working mode to be able to do things for you. Okay, so there's free dog, there's sit, and there's down. And let's see how compliant he is. Free dog. Okay, I need a little tension on the leash to get him to move. So I leaned into the leash to get him to move. At the same time, I showed him my hand. Okay, Winston, sit. Okay, now if he acts like he doesn't hear you, I don't want you to repeat the command. Okay, there should only be one command given. So he went and laid down by himself, and I'm good. So instead of correcting him for that, I'm going to repeat the exercise. But next time, I'm going to hold the leash short enough so he can't go into a down position on his own. Okay, Winston, free fall. Good boy. Sit. Okay, so a touch on his hip. Okay, I'm not going to let him lay down, and he's staying there. Then here's the down signal. Okay, again, only one command and a little energy on the leash. Okay, I mean, he's so good. Once you set up this leadership frame of mind, your relationship between you and him. Okay, if you try to do sits and downs while he's still excited, chances are he's not going to do them. Okay, because he's not going to be able to listen to you. Okay, what's your name again?
Diane.
Diane, okay. Diane, I'm going to let you take the leash again. Okay, stay in the shade so we don't get overheated. Okay, and then move him back. Just step back. Okay, and then give him a sit signal.
Sit.
Okay, put your left hand on his hip.
Sit.
There you go.
Good
Try
boy.
to put yourself on his side and get down low with him, because if you're standing up, you're pulling him up,
Okay.
and you're actually encouraging him to jump up on you.
Okay.
Okay, so push him back into a down position.
Maybe I need to have this in my left hand.
Okay, no, wait a minute. We're still in the same sit exercise. He just got up on his own.
Oh, okay.
So keep the leash in your right hand and push on his hip. Okay.
It doesn't have surgery.
Okay, if you spend so much time on the leash, he'll forget what we're doing. Okay, so you need to be able to get to the leash shorter in your hand. So keep the leash in your right hand, and then push on his hip.
Sit. Oh,
No, we're still on the same exercise. Now put yourself on his right side. Okay, and relax the leash so you're not pulling up. And get down low. Can you get down low next to him? No, on his right side. On his right side. Yeah. Now push his hip down again. Now shorten up the leash so that you can prevent him from... Okay, now with your right hand, give him a down signal.
Down.
Okay. Now let's repeat the exercise. Free dog, sit, and down. Okay, free dog, use your right hand to invite him and bring him along.
Rita. Oh, sorry.
And then as soon as he's up, give him a sit signal.
Sit.
Okay, now push on his hip. Use your left hand. That'll help you stay on his right side.
Sit.
Okay, don't repeat the command. Stay on his right side. No. His right side is on the other side. He's on your left.
Oh, that right.
Okay. Push his hip down. Okay. Now, give him a down signal. Now put the leash in your right hand. And then show some energy with the leash downwards. Okay, now, I want you to start using your leash,
Snap it just a little bit.
instead of pushing him down.
Okay.
Okay, that way he does it on his own. It's his decision to follow through with the exercise. Okay, now keep him on your left. Okay, tell him free dog and sit.
Rita.
Okay, now give him a sit signal.
Sit.
Okay, change hands on the leash. Put your right hand on the leash, so your left hand. Now don't pull up on the leash, but push on his hip. There you go.
Sit.
Okay, don't repeat the command. Okay, now give him a down signal. Okay, now, let me take the leash.
I didn't snap.
Yeah, you have to understand in your mind the sequence. Okay, now you can stay down low with him. Okay, free dog. Here's the sit. Okay, now, when you give the signal, put your hand on the leash immediately so that you're ready to do this. Notice how quickly he laid down. And he did it pretty much in alignment with my body. I'm still on his right side. And you can stay low with him because he's a small dog. You don't have to move very much. Winston, free. Notice my hands are together. They're moving together. And then here's a sit signal. Touch on his hip. Good boy. Winston, down. Okay, here's the shake with my hand. Good boy. Okay, now he's giving you a little more energy than he's giving me because he's still really excited. And he understands that the difference between the way I handle him and you handle him. Okay, so if you have in your mind the sequence, free dog, sit, and down, with accompanying hand movements. Okay, here's the free dog. Here's the sit. Notice how my hands don't wait, they go to the proper position. And then here's the down. Okay, without putting my hand on his body, I'm giving a little jerk on the leash. Okay, good boy. Now after the end of the 3 repetitions, belly rub, belly rub. Okay, this is his praise. He doesn't take treats. Okay, and he loves, but he loves the belly rub. But you can only give it to him after you've done the 3 repetitions. Okay. So I'm going to have you get down low so that you don't have to move around too much. Okay. Now give him a sit. He's already standing. So give him a sit signal. Sit. Okay. Sit. Okay, don't repeat. Okay, get him up again. Free dog.
Free dog.
Okay, use the hand signal and use the leash to move him along. No, use the leash. And you're going to move him to your right. To your right. You want to keep him alive. Okay, sit signal. Sit signal. Sit. Okay, right hand on the leash and left hand pushes.
So the arms don't cross. That's right.
Okay, now down signal.
Down.
Okay, right hand on the leash. There you go. Okay, that was a lot better because he went down right away. Okay.
That was a hard tug though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not really that hard. Okay. Okay, free dog again.
Free dog.
Okay, bring him along. You have to put tension on the leash. Okay, sit signal. Right hand on the leash and left hand pushes his hip. Okay, leash in the left hand again and signal down.
Down.
And then right hand on the leash right away. Okay, so because you stood up, you're a long ways from the leash. And he's a lot faster because he's smaller. Okay. Free dog. To get him to get up, you just say free dog. Okay. Use your left hand to pull him towards your right hand. Okay, sit.
Sit.
Okay, right hand on the leash. Okay, good. Now down signal. And right hand on the leash. Use the right hand. Okay, now let me explain something. When you start using the wrong hand, he has no respect for that. Okay, also when you use the right hand, you prevent him from turning around. He's turning around. Okay, let me take the leash off.
So I'm not supposed to, I know I'm not supposed to cross my hands.
So you're going to have to get used to changing hands on the leash a lot. Okay, this is going to make you more fluent. So I'm going to have him move to my right. Free dog. And stand. Stand, free dog. Go boy. Here's the sit. Okay, notice I change hands on the leash right. Okay, here's the down. And again, a quick change in the hand grip from the left hand to the right hand. Now, if he's taking too long, I give the down signal. That's the only time you're going to re-give the down signal. Okay, free dog. Okay, bring him, stay in that position. Okay, you're going to bring him this way. Use your right.
Free dog.
There you go. Now sit signal.
Sit.
Okay, right hand on the leash and okay, change hands quickly, down and change hands, change hands, change hands. No. Now, if you push, you're not in charge. Okay, you're doing the work and he's not learning. Okay, so as soon as you say down, change hands so you can snap.
Okay, so we're not doing the pushing and pushing.
Not on the down. We're not pushing on the down. We're doing
the little snap on the down. Okay.
Okay, free dog again.
Free dog.
And use the leash to pull forward. Sit. Right hand.
Sit.
Right hand.
Sit.
Change hands. Push. Okay. Change hands. Down.
Down.
Change hands. Change hands. Okay, that's a little bit better. But I don't want any pulling with the left hand. The left hand should be completely free, and the right hand should be doing the correction. Because when you use the left hand, you're giving the correction in the wrong direction. You're not. There's a tendency to pull backwards, and he'll turn. Okay, so use the right hand so that you can put it exactly in front of him. Okay, one more time. Free dog.
Free dog.
And sit signal. Change
Sit.
hands. Change hands. Push. You change hands again. Down and change
Down.
hands. There you go. Okay. Now the left hand doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't have. You don't have to signal or do anything.
Okay.
It's just there.
It's the left hand. Is
Yeah,
just
you
there.
have an extra left hand.
Okay.
But
Is it time for a belly rub?
Yeah. Pardon me?
Is it
yeah,
time
yeah,
for a belly
yeah.
rub?
Tell him belly, belly.
Belly rub.
And then scratch him on his chest. There you go. Okay, try to slow it down some. Okay, because if you do it too quickly, it gets him excited. Okay, so step on the leash so that you can stand up. Okay, use your left foot so that you can maintain your team position with him. This is your team position with Winston on your left. Okay, so you're going to be using your left foot to step on the leash. Now, when you start walking, I want you to start with your left foot as you step off. Okay, so tell him free dog. You're going to walk towards that tennis ball over there. Okay, set up your hand grip so that your hands are together. Your hands should be together on the leash. Okay, turn around, come back this way. Okay.
I have too much lead. He has too much lead, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's okay for now. Now, if he goes in front of you, I want you to change direction. Keep your hands down low. Okay. Now, I want you to, this is a new way to change direction. I want you to step backwards a couple steps, so you're still watching them. Okay. And then now spin to the right and continue walking in your normal direction. Okay, change direction again. Back up first.
Back up first.
Back up this way. Okay, back up again. You're going to change direction. Okay, as he catches up, then you turn. Wait until he catches up. Okay, now, remember, this is a new way to turn. This is a new technique for turning. Okay, so before you turn, I want you to back up with these. Okay, no, back up this way. No, back up this way. And then, okay, keep your hands together on the leash. Okay, back up again. Wait for him to catch up and spin. There you go. This is a good way when he's not real comfortable with the turn. This is a good way to turn. Okay, good. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to do a left U-turn. The next turn you do, you're going to do a left U-turn. Okay, you're going to walk around him to the left. Walk around him. Okay, now you're going to have to hurry up. Okay, now you're going this direction. No. He's on your left side. When you go around him, you're going to have him on the same side. Okay, do a left U-turn again. Walk around him. Okay, good. Okay, left U-turn again.
And I'm supposed to bump him. I know.
Yeah, he made you go wide. If you were on a narrow sidewalk, you would be stepping on muddy landscape. Okay, so we need to teach you how to turn. Okay, now turn around him again. No, go around. No, go walk faster. Don't pull him back. Okay, do a left U-turn. There you go. Now it's okay to talk to him while you're walking. After you turn, and he turns nicely, tell him good boy, Winston. Okay, that was a really wide turn. I want you to do a narrow turn next time. Okay, left U-turn. Okay, tell him good boy. That was a little better. Okay, left U-turn again. And good boy. See how he's looking at you?
Yes.
Okay, come back in the shade.
You said you.
Okay, tell him free dog.
Free dog.
Okay, now you said you have other dogs at your house, right? Okay, when the first day that you're there, you're gonna have to be real watchful of him, uh, because if he's got something good, if he's got a toy or if he's eating and another dog approaches, he's gonna snap and growl and chase the other dog away. Okay, so the first week you need to have him on a leash around your other dogs so that he doesn't get too territorial. What he's doing is he guards his resources, food, toys. If there's a treat on the ground and he's about to get it, he sees the other dog making a dash for it, he's going to go, wow. Okay, so we have to be able to control him so that he doesn't do it successfully, so that you can stop him and let him know that that's not the behavior that you want. Okay, now don't worry so much about the leash. Just hang on to the leash loosely and relax your hands. Okay.
I'm a nervous Nelly.
The leash is important, but if you start fiddling with it too much, then your dog's going to feel it, and he's going to take advantage of you. Okay, if you're not sure about what he's going to do, put your foot on the leash. Okay, why don't you do that now? Okay, and then between your foot and your hand, shorten it up so that there's some tension on it.
Yeah, it would be easier for her to do that now because he can't feel what she's doing when she has her
So
foot
anytime
on.
you're fiddling with the leash, step on. I mean,
Step
with
on-
the
okay,
grip, step
okay.
on the leash.
Okay, okay.
Because you're right, it completely stops any energy that between
Okay.
your hands and
Okay.
Winston.
Okay.
Okay.
You use your left foot, but not your right hand. I mean, left foot, but not your left hand.
Well, that's just on the exercises that
yeah.
we were working on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, eventually, because right now you're using the opposite hand because it's a habit that you have. Okay, so once you start having a little practice on the way you handle these exercises, then you'll get the hang of it. But right now it's kind of confusing because you're still learning the way of handling Winston. Okay, I brought out a long line because I've been working on the come command when he's far away from me. Okay, so whether it's the gate or maybe the mailman, or in your case, you guys are going to be the distraction. I'm going to call him over whatever direction I want to.
I have a question about that too. In the instructions, it said, your hands straight up like this when I say come.
No,
I was misreading that then.
no.
Is that, it's not.
No,
it's
you
not
can
like
do this,
free dog.
but in
You
this
have two
exercise,
chests, to your chest.
yeah, in this exercise, when we hold the end of the leash, when we do this, it's going to put some energy on the leash, and we're going to back up. Okay, so yeah, I'll show you how to do it. But it's something that it's better learned with instruction from an instructor, because when you read things, you imagine things, and it might not be the correct way.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I put a question mark beside that, as a matter of fact, that instruction, because I wasn't real clear on it.
Right. So I'm going to sneak out to the very end. Okay, and when I bring the line in, I'm going to have my hand holding it and my thumb creating pressure when I stop pulling. So when I bring it in, I'm going to say, Winston, come. As I'm backing up, I'm going to bring the line in. I'm throwing out the end. I don't want to coil the leash. I just want to hold one point in the leash. Okay? So I'm going to go out again. When you go out to the end of the leash, just drop whatever line is between you and the end, and you're going to walk to the end, pick it up. Okay, when I call him, I'm going to back up. First thing I do is I back up because I'm giving him an example of speed and direction. Winston, come. Come on, boy. Good boy, good boy. Come on. Come on, Winston. Now your hands need to be low. Come on, Winston. Good boy. Now, when he arrives, you need to give him a lot of praise. Okay. Okay. One back there. I'm going to do it again. Okay. I want you to focus on my handling of the leash. Okay, I don't want you to look at Winston, because if you watch Winston, you won't learn the proper handling. You're going to see what Winston is supposed to do, but when you do it, you're going to expect Winston to do the same thing he did for me, but he won't, because you won't be doing the handling on the leash. Okay, so I'm going to go to the end of the line again. I'm walking on the leash to control him going under the chairs and getting tangled up. Okay. Now when you start backing up, at first you're going to have to move slowly. Okay, Winston, come. Good boy, good boy. Come on, Winston. Good boy, attaboy. I'm keeping my hands low. Attaboy, Winston. He doesn't want to leave you, but I give him no choice. Oh, good boy. Okay, feet up. Okay, now, he's going to go over to the fence. I'm going to let him go, and then I'm going to back up and call him again. He's acting like he's fatigued. Winston, come! Good boy. Come on, Winston. Winston, come on. Come on, Winston. Good boy. Attaboy. Good boy. Notice he's going in a zigzag, but if I keep control of the line, he's going to end up in front of me. Okay, feet up. Okay, let's go back to the shade. Okay, Diane, I'm going to have you go out to the end of the leash.
Okay.
Follow you, so I'm going to bring him back. Just pick up the end of the line. Okay, now get yourself set up. As soon as you call him, I'm going to let go, so you need to back up. Okay,
Winston, come.
Okay, back up. Bring in the line.
Good boy.
Okay, put your hands on him. He's there. Put your hands on him. Keep him down on the ground. Okay, now step on the leash so he can't jump up. It has to be a really short leash. Figure out where to step on it so that he can't jump up on you. Okay, put your hands on him again and tell him he's a good boy. Okay, now when he arrives, forget the leash. Okay, because you need to let him know I'm really happy to see you. Okay, if you ignore him and you mess with the leash, he's not going to get what you want him to do. Okay, hold the leash short. Bring him back. No, don't take in all of that leash. Just hold the leash short, and you're going to walk him back. You're going to let the leash drag. Let the leash drag. No, let the leash drag. There you go. Walk him all the way back to the shade. Okay, let me take the leash away. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to call him to you. Okay, now, because I'm holding the line, you don't have to walk on the leash.
Okay, I was just doing this to reinforce it in my mind, but okay.
Okay. So walk out quickly. Okay, call him to you.
Winston, come.
Okay, back up, back up, back up. Okay, put your hands on him, hands on him. Okay, now, when he comes in, let go of the leash. You're paying too much attention to the leash and not paying attention to Winston. Okay, put your hands on him again. Okay, then bring him back. It's hard not to call up the leash. Okay, let it drag out behind him. Okay, now, as soon as you call him, I want you to start backing up and doing the handling. Wait, don't go yet. Okay, and as soon as he arrives, let go of the leash and put your hands down here so that you can start giving him his reward. Okay. Okay, go on to the end.
Step, 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 step. On the leash, like normally we do. This is curled up, I'm sorry.
Okay, wait. Make sure there's
Winston, come.
Okay, let the leash go. Let it go.
Winston.
Okay, now call him again. Bring him
Winston.
back. No,
Come.
keep the leash in your hands. You need to keep him moving towards you.
Come.
Stand up.
Come.
Okay, now don't drop it until he's right there within reach. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, enough making out. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. Now, you were doing everything okay, but you dropped the leash too soon. Okay, only when you can put your hands on them do you drop the leash completely. Okay,
Winston, come.
back up, back up, back up. There you go.
Yay! Great job, you guys.
I have an exercise for you. Just leave the leash alone. Okay, so you got away from this technique of bringing the line in. It takes an awfully long time to do it in this manner.
He runs to me and he walks to you.
I know, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help you when you revert to the hand over hand method. It's just not efficient.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's
Okay, so you have to maintain. See, you're always holding
Okay,
it
that's what I was doing.
at one point, and as long as you maintain that technique, he's not going to get away from you. But when you start doing it like this,
Oh, okay. That's
it takes
yes.
forever.
Okay.
Okay, sneak away in that direction. Okay, watch him, and be ready to call. Turn around.
Winston, come.
Okay, hands on this collar. There you go. Okay, give him a belly rub. Tell him belly rub.
Belly rub.
Okay, now you're gonna have to help him lay over.
Belly rub. Oh, yeah. I'm not supposed to say it twice.
Okay, let's bring him back. Okay, let's bring him back in the shade.
Can I try just one more time? I'll just do this.
Okay, go off. Okay, whatever direction you want. Okay, now be careful behind you. Okay, you don't have as much room. Okay, call
Winston,
him.
come.
Okay, hands on. Oh, you lost it. Okay, back up again. Step away from him. Back up. Call him again. Come. Now, don't kneel down. You put yourself at a disadvantage. Okay, now, hands in his collar. There you go. Okay, bring him back. Now, when you kneel down, you totally lose advantage. Okay, because you can't move. Okay, now I want you to watch my hands. Okay, and
You know, I see it, and you know, it makes perfect sense, and it's translating it out. That
yeah. So when
Yeah,
I
it's
call
hard.
him, Winston, come. Come on, Winston. Good boy, Winston. Winston, come on. I'm keeping my hands low so that I'm more inviting. Good boy, man, boy. So even if he comes in slow, you can still continue to bring him to you. Boy. Okay. Feet up. Okay, I'm gonna have you get the red leash and put it on. And I want you to flip it on. Look for this circular, not that one, the one in the middle. That's the one that allows the ring to cinch up.
okay.
Now, step up. I'm going to show you a technique that is really good the first couple of days that you have it at home. Okay, it'll reinforce your leadership, and maintain his position when you're walking next to him in the house or around the yard. Okay, when you're going for a long walk, it's better to hold the leash in your hands, and you'll see why, because this is how I taught him to stay very close to me when I walk, okay, and how to pay attention to my movement and direction. So when I start to walk, I take small steps. So once he gives in, come on, Winston. Once he gives in, then it's going to be easier, but you have to start off slowly, okay? And because I have to take small steps, you can't get anywhere very fast. So I don't recommend this when you're going on long walks. But what this does, it teaches him the proper position when you're walking with him. So the first few days, I want you to just stay close to the house and do a big left-hand circle. Okay. Okay. Stay in one place.
Okay.
Because when you move, he gets distracted and he wants to go closer to you. So my steps are small and slow. Come on, Winston. The average person doesn't want to take small steps like this, okay, because it feels like you're not getting anywhere fast enough. But I want to make sure that there's not constant pressure pulling on the leash. Okay, now he's going to find the most comfortable spot to be at next to me. It's not going to be back here like this. And I'm taking really small steps at this point because I want to encourage him. Then when he starts to speed up, then I start to make more headway, better headway. Okay, now again, you should do this where there's not a lot of obstacles on the ground so that you don't trip. Okay, now straight up your leg. Okay. Now start to do left-hand turns. So when you arrive at your home today, I want you to take him throughout the house, just like this. Okay, let him know that this is your home. This is not the same rules as he had before when he was at your
When
home.
you say just like this, can I walk him straight, but into each room, not in the circular, but like this?
You can
okay.
walk straight. But this is an exercise where it teaches him to pay attention to your body position and his body position.
Well, everything is new in the house anyway. I had new flooring, new
Okay,
paint.
so this is more important still.
Okay.
He needs to know that he's not free to run around from room to room. Okay, if you allow him to run free or stand still unsupervised, he's gonna mark. Okay, you saw he already marked over there when I brought him here. So the first thing you want to do is before you even go in the house, I want you to take him around the yard. At first, the first time you're walking around, you don't have to do this technique. But as soon as you walk, say, the front yard, okay, then you put him on this and you do it again. Then you do the backyard. You do this before you go in the house. Okay, and then make sure that you give him some time to do his potty business. Okay, especially the first day, you want to take him out every hour or so, just to make sure he doesn't have an accident. Because once he has an accident in the house, then it's the start of giving him permission to mark in the house.
You know, I have belly bands for Spencer, and I bought belly bands for Winston. You know,
Okay.
they're
So do they work?
actually they work very well.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Okay. I mean, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. In fact, another foster is using the belly band, and it really works because the dog is very old, and he has no control at night. So she put the diaper inside the belly band, and it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
are you having to put a diaper in the belly band, or is it just the belly band that's?
I think the belly band doesn't need, some belly bands don't need a diaper, but yeah.
The belly bands that I have are washable, and
Yeah.
they don't need a diaper.
layer,
But
yeah.
I do put an extra padding
Okay,
in
but
there.
I still want you to take him out
Absolutely, yeah.
frequently.
Every
okay,
hour.
To get him used to going outside to do his business. And he should be on a leash when you take him out.
Okay.
Okay, because if you don't, then he's going to pick his own spot.
Back and forth about within 10 feet.
Yeah,
back and forth.
like, you
That
know,
was a good
about 10
idea.
feet around one spot. Like that tree over there, I use that 10-foot radius as the area I want him to be in.
Now, he peed in one area and pooped in the other. Is that, that's ideally would he pee and poop in the same area, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was
But
technically in the same area. 10 feet
I
to
see,
one side
okay.
there, 10
Okay.
feet to the other.
I see.
Okay, so you got quite a bit of leeway. You're talking about, 20 by 20, but if you're in a circle, it's a 10-foot
But
radius.
I live on a 0 lot line, so.
Okay, so it's going to be even easier for you to maintain that that small space for him. So is it grass that he does his business on?
It's usually in the raised planter. He jumps up into a raised planter.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. He's a very discerning.
Okay, so
Guy.
if he's already got but you won't have a raised planter at your new place, will you?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've lived in the same home for 27 years. I just had everything redone.
Oh, okay.
I just had a remodel.
So if you know he's going to be doing it in the same area, keep him on a leash until you get to the planter, unclip him, and tell him to get in and do his business. That'll make it easier for you.
Okay.
Because when you're in the planter, there's no reason. If he knows what he's supposed to do, there's no reason to keep him on a leash. But once he's done, clip the leash back on and back in the house again.
Hopefully he'll remember. Do you think?
Oh,
she
he'll
should-
remember.
Oh, okay.
He'll remember because the sense. Now you haven't changed anything in the landscaping, have you? Okay, so the sensor's still there.
Oh, okay.
And 3 weeks. Well, has it been 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
3 weeks.
Okay, it's not that long of a time, and it hasn't rained.
No, I'm sorry. You mean total since you've had him?
Yeah.
It's been 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay, there hasn't been any rain. Okay, and then do you water?
Yes, I have automatic sprinklers.
Okay. So, he might have to be reminded, but I sense that there's still some residual sense
Okay.
in there that he'll remember. And the location, he won't forget that. Any
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah, he went into boarding June 15th, and he hasn't been to her house since then.
Okay.
Oh, actually, he went into boarding on June the 7th.
Oh,
No,
June
the
7th.
6th.
June
the
6th.
6th, because the demolition started on
Oh,
June
I
the
see.
7th.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Okay,
June-
3 months.
Yeah.
Just about 3 months.
Yeah, and like you said, there hasn't been any rain. Yeah.
Yeah, but even with the sprinklers, there's still going to be parts of the landscaping that the scent hasn't washed away.
Okay.
So I think you'll be fine.
Now, is there a time when I can just pick him up?
Cuddle lesson. Pick him up and put him on your lap.
Oh, yes.
Pop him on his back, on your lap. Make sure he's flat. Push his hip out and then bring him in. He needs to be on his back
Oh, he needs to be on his back.
and flat on your lap. So his
Oh, okay. This
Yeah,
is a
right
new
there.
one.
okay. Now you want to
Oh, this is
move the joints. Start from the body, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then separate his toes. Okay, just 2 or 3. You don't need to do it any more than that. Okay, now the wrist. There you go. Okay, now run your fingers between the toes. Good. Okay, switch to the left leg. Okay, shoulders, and then elbows. He's starting to relax a little. And then wrist. About 2 weeks ago, I gave him a toenail trim,
Okay.
and he accepted it very nicely. I mean, you don't have to do the back legs. It's optional. You can if you have the time. So now you move to his head area. You look into his left ear first. Move his face so that it's faced one way. Okay, you can, when you want him to go the other way, there you go. Use your left hand, push him to the right. You look into his ear, run your fingers around his eyes. Okay, and then lift up a lip. There you go, and touch. Okay, now put your left hand on his shoulder, left shoulder. There you go. Okay. Now, okay, run your finger around his eyes. Okay, lift up a lip. Okay, so now you're going to put him in a sit position on your lap. Put your hands in his armpits. Okay, and then put his front feet down on your knees. Once you put his front knees down, then you can push his hip down.
Oh, okay. Front feet first then. Okay.
Yeah, okay, now push his hip down. But Mom, we've never done that before. There you go. Okay, now hold the skin under his jaw with your thumb and forefinger. Okay, with your right hand, reach over his head and stroke it 2 or 3 times. Look, right here, top of his head. There you go. And it'll, you can be more dominating if you lean over and put your face over his head. Okay, that makes you the leader. Okay, try not to make out while you're doing this exercise. It's really tempting. But the first few weeks, you're going to need to maintain your dominance. Okay. Yeah. Now, when you're doing this exercise, your goal is to be able to do the entire exercise quickly within 1 minute, and then you try to see how many complete cuddle lesson exercises you can do within that 1 minute. So you're moving pretty fast.
Okay.
Okay. So you know, this is your thing now. This is the part.
Yeah, this is mine.
Yeah.
This is my
So
thing. Okay.
you can tell when he completely accepts your dominance by being completely relaxed. His arms and legs are going to be completely loose. Okay, and he'll just, his head, you'll be able to push it left or right, whichever way you want to. Okay, and then he'll be able to accept your stroking of his head while you're gripping the skin underneath his jaw. The skin is like, the skin under the jaw is like the skin at your elbow. You squeeze it and there's no pain sensation. Okay, you can squeeze as much as you want and you're not going to feel anything. Same thing with the skin under the jaw. And that way, it's meant to control his head position. You don't want him turning his head left or right, up or down. So that's why you're holding the skin. And then you're stroking him over the head is a dominant side. Don't forget you're pinching the skin under his jaw. And he's going to love every minute of this, okay? This is on the same level as belly rub.
Okay.
There you go. So you can do this exercise not only in the house, but do you have a front porch?
I have a front area.
Okay, if you set up an area where you can put a chair.
Oh, I do have a chair.
Yeah, you can do this exercise in front.
Okay.
The difference is going to be the distractions in the street. Okay, he's going to be looking at things, and he's not going to be as obedient when there's a lot of distractions. And so it's a good place to do the cuddle lesson. And see how many, my record is, let me see, for a bigger dog, it's like 4 cuddle lessons in 1 minute. Okay. So you're moving really fast. With a little dog, one who is stiff, one who is very relaxed, you should be able to do 5 in 1 minute. That means you have to limit all movements to the joints at twice, okay, 1 or 2 times, and then very quick examination of the head. And it's more for desensitizing him to your handling. You can put him down on the ground now and just hang on to the leash. So any more questions? Step on the leash so he can't get away from you.
I was reading now. With this training, does 1 year of group training go with this? Or did I misunderstand that? Once a week, he's eligible for like group trainings.
Yeah.
So, if I wanted to bring him in once a week, whatever day it is.
Yeah, the best class to bring him in is the Tuesday evening at 7 because
Tuesday at 7.
Yeah, the Wednesday evening and the Saturday morning at 8. There's a lot of dogs, and they're going to be very active, highly stimulated. So it's not going to be real comfortable for you as well as for Winston.
Tuesday at 7. Okay.
So Tuesday at 7.
Okay.
It's a small dog and puppy class.
Okay, and that's complimentary for a year.
Yeah.
So we'll be here Tuesday at 7.
Yeah, so I'd like to park on Linwood and then walk him around because we don't have enough space for everyone to park here.
Should we call ahead?
No, there's no need.
Okay.
If you want to check on the schedule, it's on our website, yourdogtrainer.net, and it's under calendar. Okay, if you look at our calendar, then it sets the current group class schedule.
Tuesday at 7 on Park on Linwood. In case I don't remember that, because I've got a lot of information going on. Is that
it's on there.
video?
It's
Linwood is the
until
first street over. Okay, and then on Tuesday evenings, usually there's all the businesses are closed, so you can park either on the street or the businesses. The big white building on the opposite side has a lot of parking spaces, and that's where most of the students park their cars.
Okay. Now, is it okay to carry him or anything like that? I mean, are we limited? Is that just pretty much the cuddle session?
Well, I encourage him to be on the ground.
Okay. So not on the sofa.
Yeah, because, well, you can if you want to, only if you invite him. So you're talking about in the house. Okay, but when you carry your dog, there's a tendency for the dog that's carried to be the leader, and you start to have you start to have behavior problems. For instance, a lot of dogs will bite when you're carrying them. Someone comes up, oh, what a cutie, and they'll show them a finger, and then boom, you've got a bite. Okay, my worst dog bite I ever had was a Chihuahua held by a woman, and I extended my hand. So I learned from that point on, you're the dog's territory when you're carrying the dog. Okay, and when somebody approaches, they're encroaching upon your territory, and your dog will defend that territory. So it's best if you can keep him on the ground, and you can control him better on the ground.
Now you talked about the leash under the sofa. If I keep him with this.
Yeah, you can use that,
the belt,
or you can
the double.
Yeah, if you.
But 6-foot leash is always. Neither one of these are really.
Well, that's good for walking, okay, but not for training.
Okay, the 6-foot's best.
Yeah, because there's things you can do with a 6-foot leash that you can't do with a 4-foot leash, such as wrapping the leash around your waist, or doing a good braid, quick release braid on your belt. So good. I think you're all set. You just need to go through a couple of days of experiencing what he's like, the new Winston at home, the new Winston in the new house. Okay, don't forget his rules that he knows don't apply to that house because it's been redone, remade,
repainted, new floor.
Yeah,
and
so
everything.
Everything's new to him, and he's going to treat it like a blank slate. Okay, so behavior-wise, it's up to you to form his behavior patterns in the house. So he's got to be on leash for the next, call it 8 weeks.
Next week, 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay, your goal is to teach him his proper behavior, proper place to do his potty business, and then when he's very comfortable and fluent with all those rules and requirements, then you can start to think about letting him off leash.
Now He should sleep in his crate, and I should close his crate up, I suppose.
Right, and then the crate should be in your room.
The crate is in my room.
Okay. Now you'll get to a point where he'll stay in the crate all night long. So the goal is to be able to leave the door open or not even on the crate, so that it's just a bed. Okay. The crate environment allows him to feel safer. So it's a benefit for him to be able to sleep on the crate. Otherwise, if you allow him to sleep on the bed at this point, then he'd start reverting back to his old behavior.
Okay.
He would start to guard his resources.
Okay.
His resources are his position and you. Okay, so you don't want yourself to be a resource. You want yourself to be in charge. You are the alpha. So you have complete say. It's okay to say no. Okay. It's okay to be demanding, but have a makeout session.
Yes. Well, I have baby blankets, and I actually wrap them in baby blankets and hold them on their backs. So I won't do that. I won't do that.
Well, when you give him a bath, that'll give you an opportunity to bring out the baby towels.
Yes.
And
yes.
do that behavior with him, so that it's a way for him to look forward to that.
Okay. Great. Now he's had a bath, and he looks like he's nice and clean. So his flea treatment is actually due today, so I'll give him his flea treatment today. Perfect. Yes.
Now, when you keep him on a leash, this is how he's going to be whenever he's with you. Okay? So, and he's less likely to get in trouble, to mark, to pee on anything. Okay, but don't forget, you go home, walk him around the front and backyard before you go in. Okay, and then you do the same thing, walk him around at least twice. Your focal points are front door, back door, patio door, however many back doors you have, and the house to garage door. Okay. Also at the refrigerator and or the kitchen sink area, because those are important places where food sources come from. So you want to make sure that you show him that you're in charge by walking him in this arrangement very close to you.
Now, is it okay to put the belly band on him while I'm walking him around?
Is it supposed to? Are you supposed to walk around with the belly band on?
I think you're supposed to put it on at night, right? Or
well, I have it on the belly band on just so that they don't mark anything too. I just keep the belly band. When they're outside, I take the belly band off.
Okay. As long as it's not uncomfortable.
No, I check that to be sure that it.
Yeah, so you should be okay when you're in the house.
Okay. And you had mentioned, doing the tie under when I can't have him on my belt with the quick release. You had mentioned putting him under a sofa leg.
Yeah.
And have a bed nearby.
Yeah, a bed so that he can relax. And you can have more than one
tie station.
One tie station. Okay, and then instead of having like a foam bed, even though it's flat, it's still tripping material. So if you get a service mat, similar to the kind you put at the front door.
Oh, okay.
Okay, rubber backing on the bottom, so that it doesn't slide on the hardwood floors or tile floors.
Yes.
And even on carpet, it's great for carpet. So if he has an accident, it won't soak through the plastic, the rubber.
Okay.
And they're pretty inexpensive. They're about $12 to $15 at Lowe's or Home Depot. Okay, I think he's going to be great going home. Now, when you take him home, he might be exhausted from the stay here. Okay, because staying at the kennel for a dog, you've got barking all hours of the day and probably all night too. So he's going to come proud. Okay, and then when you start doing the training, he'll be more relaxed after the training, and he'll be more likely to go into this position.
Now, I don't have any furniture in the house right now because everything is being recovered and some material. So when he's first, front and back, twice.
Put your leash on him.
And even if he whimpers in the crate, like, don't give in.
Yeah, don't give in to
Yeah.
bring him out. But as long as the crate is in the same room as you, there shouldn't be a reason to let him out.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so as a general rule, you don't let him out of the crate if he's barking or whining.
You wait until they stop, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, and then you don't have to wait that long. Okay, you just wait him out, and then if he's quiet for 10, 15 seconds, 10, 15 seconds is a long time for a dog.
Okay.
Then you quickly open the door. Okay. Of course, have your leash ready to clip on him.
Did we actually happen to get another
You
collar?
want another collar for the collar?
Yeah.
Did you want another color?
Yeah, I'm happy to buy a black one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
let's go look.
Okay. All right. I'm going to conclude the video.